Everyone, welcome
Hello.
back to our
Hello,
video again.
everyone.
So I want to really appreciate you and welcome you back to our video today. We believe and hope that this video will be of benefit to you. It will help you in what it is that you want to achieve in your marriage. There is something in which I want to start off with today, and some people just look at, why are we doing these marriage videos? Why is it that we are thinking it's so important? People don't understand that without marriage, without the unit of the home, society will be at a bad place.
Yeah.
Most of the crimes and most of the killings we see today. I was listening to what the media was saying the other day, that young people are now killing young people. Now, one of the root cause of this, which has been proven through research, is the fact that when there is no family unit, or when the father is not present in the family, there is chaos in the family. So those are one of the things that why we are really saying marriage is important. Marriage is very, very important. Now, I want to say the media doesn't promote marriage.
No. It's like we were saying yesterday. We were saying how the children, the society, how they gave children, young mothers, if they had a child, they gave them the council in London.
That's
they gave
right.
them accommodation.
That was in the that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s. Then, if you were a married couple and you went to the council to get a place, you didn't get a house. But if you were a single mother, you went to that same council, you got a place automatically. So girls began to have children so that they can get a council place with their partners per se, who later walked away. Yeah.
So it showed that even though it looked like it was something that they were doing for the vulnerable people, at the same time they were promoting.
They were promoting that you could, if you are alone, you get this.
Yeah.
But if you are married, you don't get this. In fact, even till today, don't take our word for it. The legislation and the things that are meant for married people is less
privilege.
It's less privilege for married people than for single people. So they are not promoting marriages like they should do. But if they promote marriage, what will happen that there will be a more better unit. Children will grow up with some sense. I'm not saying that all married couples' children are doing well. I'm not saying that.
No, that's not what we're saying. We're just saying how marriage is not promoted in society, as well as if you're single. That's what we're based on. It's not that you have single parents that grow up their children
very, very well.
Very well. We're
Beautiful
not saying
mothers
that's not where we're coming from.
Yes.
We come from the fact that marriage is not promoted, but marriage is a good thing, which is not actually, people are seeing marriage as not a good thing, but it is a good thing, not just for ourselves, but it's also for your children.
For the society. For the society.
Yeah.
So today we're going to continue with our saying of not complicating matters. Not complicating matters. And one of the things we're going to say not to complicate matters with is, this one is very, very, very crucial. And I want you, like we said before, when you are watching this video, call people to watch it with you. This one today is about transparency.
Yeah.
Transparency. I love that word, transparency. I believe it's one of the first commands that God gave to Adam and Eve.
Yeah, I remember when we first got married and I was reading the Bible, and one thing that was highlighted to me in Genesis was Adam and Eve were naked.
That's right.
Before each other, and they were not ashamed.
That's right.
And that came across to me as being vulnerable to my husband. It also means that there's nothing that I should have as a secret or hidden from my husband, because when you talk about being naked, that's being, there's nothing hidden, is there?
There's nothing hidden.
No. So that scripture meant to me that I should be transparent to my husband. My husband should know everything about my life and about my past. So
I think that one is so crucial. I remember when the kids were growing up, and they come in, toddling with their nappies on, and they have a toy which you want to take away from them, and we say, "Where is the toy?" And they put it behind their back and say, "It's not here." Now, That is exactly, and everything can be seen. We can see everything.
Yeah.
That is exactly how you are when you're not transparent.
Yeah.
Everything can be seen, but yet it's not said. And you know what that causes? That causes conflict.
Yeah.
It causes conflict. You say, but that means your spouse, your husband or wife should know. There should be nothing they should find out concerning you.
Yeah.
There is nothing they should find out. But this one brings us to a very sensitive area.
Yeah.
Some people have a very, very bad past in which they don't feel comfortable to speak of at the minute. How do you think they will approach that? What would be our best thing to advise them to approach that, in the sense that not all of them will want to feel comfortable to speak about it? I remember we've spoken to a lot of people which they said, if my husband hears my past, or if my wife hears my past,
Yeah.
they will just leave me. They will
Yeah.
just leave me. I think the one of the ways to bring about that is to speak about it in the presence of somebody in which they could trust. They can bring it out through a mediator, but it is very, very important that they become transparent with each other.
Yeah. I think, in some cases, some marriages, they can't talk about their past to their partner because maybe their partner would not accept it or and walk away. So a lot of people are scared of speaking about their past life to their partner. But I think it's important, even if they try and do it in segments or wait until they're married for a longer period, or just. But it's so important that you actually are transparent and you speak about your past, because that makes you become one. That brings a unity between both of you. But it's important that maybe just I think
Well, yeah, yeah.
yeah, just as you feel in your heart. And at this minute, we're speaking not just to Christians, but we're speaking to people that are not Christians. So
That's
at the
right.
same time, I can say, you can pray about it, and even if you're not a Christian, you can pray about this before you do this. But it's very important, if you want to come together with your husband or your partner, you need to just be open and become vulnerable. Like, you guys come together.
Because one of the things in which we are saying this for is this: your past may be one of the things that is shaping the way you are behaving right now. Let me bring an example in a story in which we heard, because we've had a lot of stories over the years. There was this lady which was attacked from behind while she was young by one of the uh, partners of her mother. And the thing happened. Now, this is not a singular case. We've had many people, different couples, go through the same thing. Now, because she was attacked from there, she never allowed her husband always liked to want to hug her from behind. But whenever the husband tries that, there is a rage that comes out of her, that comes into the husband. The husband says, what have I done? Now, not until they came and they spoke concerning it in the counseling session, while they spoke about it, the husband now said, okay, that is the reason why. Now the husband was now able to understand why the wife acted the way she acted.
Yeah.
Now the wife was now much more, now this is the irony about it, the wife was now more receptive and allowed the husband to hug her from behind, because now, because it is in the open,
Yeah.
that thing no longer scared her. That thing that used to scare her no longer scared her.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about vulnerability, this is very crucial.
Yeah, and then the husband on that side, he now understands the wife, knowing that she's not rejecting him because she doesn't like him, but in the sense that because of what she went through, that's the reason why she's doing what she's doing. So then it makes it more sense. It makes them come together, helping each other in that situation.
I believe we can spend all day on this vulnerability thing, because when you were just talking, things were just coming to my mind. We met some couple. Not only are they not transparent to each other, they don't even know what each other has. Like they say, I have my own separate bank account, you have your own separate bank account, or you have your own this, you have your own that. So there is no transparency.
Yeah.
It's like a two divided home. Not they don't come onto one unit. There's no coming together. Without transparency, you cannot come together.
No, there's not a unity there.
There's no unity there.
No.
It's like me and you trying to go into a business relationship, and we are going into this business relationship, and when the gains come into the place, it is £1 here, £1 there, and you see it. But a day comes and say, I don't want to show you how much gain came into the house or how much loss came into the business. You know what had just happened? I've just destroyed our business.
Yeah.
Because business works on trust.
Yeah.
The same way marriage works on trust. Yeah. Without trust, a marriage cannot proceed further. So everyone say, you know what, I have been to counseling and my counselor said that we should work the way things are at the minute. That counselor is a liar. I want to say categorically, they don't know what they are saying. Sometimes some of the counselors people go to are not even married, so they can't even know where to start from. Yeah. I'm not saying all married people have got the answers, but at least they have some idea of what they are saying. Transparency is crucial. Yeah. Now, how do you start transparency? How do you go about being transparent? I believe one of the first things about transparency is to be truthful.
Yeah, be honest to each other. I remember that there's time. Well, we still do it, where we would sit and talk to each other. You tell me what you don't like. I tell you. It's not about what you don't like. It's what you see in each other that we can improve.
Yes.
So we would do that a lot to bring that transparency or bring that kind of vulnerability to both of us, so that we can actually improve our marriage, improve our home, because that's what it's all about. Just it's not just about me or about you. It's about us improving so we can help other people improve in their marriage. So we find it very important to actually look at each other and
say that I think one of the first things that we principles we used was the fact that we made, before transparency can come about, and if we can do this one on this section, we've done well. Before transparency can come about, we have to decide that whatever I say, you will not use it against me later on.
Yeah.
That is rule number one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to talk to you anymore, because when you told me that time that when you were with that girl, you done this, you done that, probably you will do that to me. Oh, nah. Oh, I don't want to even talk to you anymore because you told me that you've been with that guy, Oh, whoa, what kind of woman about can go and begin to do that? Nah. Because you are using what was said as a point. Now, you can never do that. We can even bring this one into bringing children up. If a child tells you something that they've done something wrong, will you be reminding that child, last week you broke my china cup, don't drink water from the tap no more? Are you seeing it? Yeah. So we have to, number one, make that grand rule of you cannot use what I said
to fight me later when you're angry about something, or you're not pleased about something. You use that to throw back at me, where I've told you that this is what I went through. I'm not expecting you to throw it back at me because I trusted.
You trusted. Yeah. Now this is to do with both male and female, but it's more on the male get demoralized more. I won't say that. No, I don't think I can say that. Even the female too. I don't think I can say the male, because some male will say I can't tell her anything, because if I do tell her, she's gonna use it back at me. Now I've heard that from a lot of male than female. In proportion to how I've heard it from male and female, male more, saying I cannot tell her this because she's going to throw it back at me. Now, I've heard it from women too, whereby the man, I for a fact, I've heard it from a woman. She was telling me, oh yes, he always brings my past back at me. Yeah. He always brings that back at me, and that finishes me. So she was in a silent depression. So let us stress this. You cannot bring people's past. If they open up to you, if they tell you why something is hurting them, if they tell you why vulnerability is there, you cannot bring up that past. to come and what's to come and hurt them.
Yeah. The fact that we are talking about this is about bringing that person, bringing up their past and telling you about the history of their life. It's actually to bring a better relationship. So you're like me and you, we're best friends.
Yeah.
Because we have nothing hidden. We have nothing hidden. We don't tell lies to each other, and that is the real reason why we're actually doing this, so that marriage couples can come together in more of a unity and to be close and to have a good friendship and to, do you know what I mean? So
Yep. I feel the fact that when we started our marriage journey, we sat down and we told ourselves every single thing in which we've done before.
yeah,
We were open to each other. Now, this is not a recipe for every single person.
yeah,
This is not a recipe that you have to do it like the way we've done it, because
yeah.
everybody is different.
Yeah,
Everyone is different. Now, that is not the same. It wasn't the same recipe, but what we are trying to do is to let you know that as you begin to bring up this vulnerability,
yeah,
you bring about a better understanding of yourself, a better understanding of the next person, and you understand why they are doing some of the things they do.
yeah,
Also, you can even be, do you know, as husband and wife or partners, you are the best counselor to the next person.
yeah.
You are the best counselor to the next person. You can counsel them. You can say, wait a minute, that is in the past. That is in the past.
Yeah.
They say in counseling that repetition will form a habit.
Yeah, that's true.
When you repeat something, it now forms a habit.
Yeah,
So if your repetition, if you begin to bring that positive repetition, that thing in which you thought was making you guys distance before will begin to disappear.
yeah,
Because now there is positive repetition, there is positive reinforcement.
yeah.
You see some men say, you know what, though, I can't do it. And the wife will say, I see this potential in you. Every time you tell me you can't do it, I know you can do it. And she's angry inside.
Yeah.
What they did not know was that boy was told probably by their father or by somebody that they were nothing.
That they were nothing, that they were rubbish, that they're not amount to anything. So, and that is the case a lot of times. Sometimes when marriages don't work, a lot of times is where that person is coming from in the past, where they were brought up. There's some conflicts, or they've been through some abuse, and they come to a marriage, and there's some things that you see and you're thinking, why is that happening? Or why is this happening? And majority of the time is because they had not a very good upbringing. So I think that's why we talk about transparency, because that will help either person to come up. Yeah,
it will help.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to continue with the transparency thing, because I believe that there is still more to speak about on this transparency issue. But we want you to share this video. We want you to take this video with somebody, go share it, let somebody else learn from it. But probably you are struggling through things and you are saying, I don't know where to start from. My past, if I start talking about my past, is bucket loads. It's like you don't know. Oh, I've been a bad person. Oh, welcome to the club. What do I mean, welcome to the club? There is nobody that hasn't got a past, including me, including my wife. But let me tell you this, if we're doing it for both Christians and non-Christians. One of the reasons why we Christians could speak about our past freely, because we have somebody who has taken our past and forgiven us.
Yeah.
He's taken our past and he's allowed us to say, you know what, your past is over. Now, don't let your past become an obstacle. Speak about it, bring it to the open. Speak about your past, bring it to the open. Now, the person we're talking about is Jesus, and he has helped us.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not using this video to come and say, oh, you must become a Christian. That is not the thing. That's a personal choice for you.
Yeah.
That's a personal choice which we will rather you make. But the first thing we want to do, our main first goal, is to see that your home is good. Is to see that your home has a better a better life, that
Yeah.
you guys can be in unity.
Yeah.
So from Sandra and myself, we're going to tell you that watch this video and share it, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.
And thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. All right. Thank you.